I'm Jo Merriman, Director of Client Services at Concise London and your host for Encore Development News. As part of our ongoing work to improve the event experience for participants, presenters and planners, each quarter we'll share the latest development releases. For this quarter, you'll learn about Chime Go, Encore's updated microsite tool, as well as several exciting new Chime Live capabilities. First, let's meet our panellists. From Encore, I'd like to welcome Rob Wilcox, Director of Sales Engineering, and from Encore's Virtual and Hybrid Events team, we have Sales Managers Christian Sanchez and James Hess. And from Concise's development team, we have Leslie Arnold, Lead Front-End Developer, and Mihaela Stoica, QA Engineer. So James, let's start with Chime Go. What is it?
Yeah, so Chime Go is the all-new lightweight but heavy-hitting microsite from Encore. It's a great place for attendees to go to watch video streams and interact with one another. Chime Go is really the best way to get a branded website where participants can go to view live or on-demand video content and get information before, during, or after the event.
How does Chime Go compare with Encore's previous microsite option?
Chime Go is a direct replacement for the microsite. In fact, it's a replacement for the microsite and Chime Lite. It's a great option for short turnarounds, a 3-week minimum. We can still incorporate customer branding, login options, a simple agenda or sponsorship page, and customer moderated Q&A. But now with ChatStream, we're giving our customers the option to dial up audience participation by allowing them to interact with one another and use things like sentiment, which are those thumbs up and smileys you've seen on so many live streams. ChatStream will be available for both Chime Live and Chime Go.
How does this improve our microsite and Chime Live capabilities?
I've had a lot of experience building microsites for specific events, usually limited time engagements. So we're talking galas, fundraisers, things like that. The best part about the microsite and now ChatStream will be that this is a level of professionalism that you don't get when you're just doing a Zoom meeting. It changes the dynamic of what the at-home audience sees. Instead of logging on to a Zoom call with their username, they're getting a direct custom website where they can interact with one another, view the live stream or video on demand content, use a simple agenda, and we've even in the past added things like donate and bid pages for silent auctions. It's a great tool for those types of events.
Okay, let's switch over to Leslie to show everyone what that looks like. Hi Leslie.
Hi Jo. As you can see on my screen, I'm showing a composite view. On the left is the video stream and on the right is the new chat stream. As the audience watches, they can chat about the content and add sentiment emojis like applause, thumbs up, hearts and smiley faces. This is a great way for presenters to see how the audience feels about what they're saying. And project managers can export analytics post-event.
Oh, I think participants are going to love that experience. Thank you, Leslie. James, are there any points sellers should know?
ChatStream in our microsite is great for all customers, but it's especially good for entry-level customers who are used to video conferencing software like Microsoft Teams or Zoom, or have used microsites before. It's a great upgrade that's affordable for many meeting planners who have never considered how to run a virtual meeting, or who haven't thought about how to extend their in-room attendance to a broader at-home participation.
So Christian, let's talk about my experience. What's this about?
People are excited to get back into in-person meetings, but planners have also seen the benefits of attracting larger audiences by accommodating virtual attendees. For the hybrid world, my experience allows attendees to self-select how they'll participate, so their user experience fits their attendance type.
Oh, okay. I can see how this opens the door for tailoring the participant experience. Let's move over to Mihaela to see how this works. Hi, Mihaela.
Hi, Jo, and everyone watching. Let's pretend you're at the venue using a tablet, and I'm joining from my computer at home. For hybrid meetings, when participants log into Chime Live, they enter their password and consent as usual. Now, a new window appears where you can choose in-person or remote. And as I'm joining from home, I'm choosing remote, and you can see my live stream window is available to watch the keynote, presentations, or panels.
Okay, so what will I see when joining the meeting at the venue?
Well, if you're in the meeting room, the presenters are on stage, and that's where we want you to focus. So we've removed the live stream window. Just imagine how distracting it would be if hundreds of participants had audio playing at the same time. But we still want you to be able to take part in polling, word clouds, Q&A, and feedback. So you'll use Chime Live to chime in, as well as to receive notifications.
Okay, and what if I needed to leave the session? So say I needed to take a call in my hotel room and I want to participate from there.
You could join remotely by going to the user menu on the top right and change My Experience to remotely.
Okay.
Now the video and audio are available and you don't miss out on anything.
Nice. I can see this really is going to improve the participant experience. But how does this help the meeting organisers?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, planners can create different experiences for remote or in-person attendees. We can set up different modules, content or notifications based on their objectives.
You know, I can already see a few of my clients who could really benefit from this. Great, thank you. Christian, can we go back to you, and what's your take on selling My Experience capability? I mean, maybe you could give us a few examples.
This is exciting stuff, as it gives our planner customers new options for connecting with hybrid participants, and I haven't really seen any other platform provide this functionality. It allows more creativity and new ways to customize the participant experience. So for example, as a meeting organizer, you can send a notification to your on-site attendees that buses are now at the north entrance to take you to the off-premises dinner. But the remote participants won't need that. Or you might have participants joining remotely from different countries and want to ask different polling questions. Chime Live Analytics can tell planners how many remote or in-person attendees are participating and show the different regional results.
Can you share with our sellers the customer types that hybrid events might appeal to?
Associations are definitely a type of customer that can benefit from hybrid events, as they are always looking to expand their membership and they can now reach global audiences. Also, continuing education customers can see cost savings opportunities with attendees all together on site for a general session and on-demand learning path over several weeks. Sellers will also want to know that there's no additional cost for My Experience.
Thanks, Christian and Mihaela. We'll see you again shortly. Now, let's learn about Connect. Rob, networking is a real draw for attendees and something people have really missed about events.
Yes, meeting the right people makes a huge difference. And if you're a remote participant, you don't want to miss out on networking. So we've added a recommendation engine that matches participants based on their common attributes.
Time for Mihaela to show us Connect in action.
So before the event, we work with the customer to identify a set of specific interests that fit their participants. Then we configure Connect accordingly. Let me show you some examples we've set up in our CMS. So here we have some attributes set up already, and from the settings we can select which user profile fields are to appear in the app.
Okay, so if I'm a participant, how do I connect with others?
Participants can create their personal profile in the Connect module or in the user menu. Recommended connections are offered using Chime's matching algorithm, which finds the most similar attendees. You can review and approve connection suggestions and requests, auto-approve connections, or even opt out.
Very cool. So I assume analytics are available to customers?
Yes, planners can export the analytics to see how many connections were made or who made the most connections.
Oh, that's great, Mihaela. Thank you. Now back to Rob for some selling suggestions.
I think this is going to be something that's going to sell itself. If you think about the time that we've been in for the past year and a half, people are just so eager to make those human connections again. And there's a lot of really great ways that we've been doing this through face-to-face video, but with this recommendation engine, it already starts some of that groundwork for you. So you're meeting people that are already in a similar like-minded or sharing commonalities that makes that conversation easy. And so we see this really appealing to customers that want to encourage those networking events or interactions amongst their participants. So things like charity, social events, associations, trade shows, team building meetings as well. So yeah, there you go. Sells itself.
Hi again, James. Let's talk about the new live analytics dashboard.
Yes, our customers are going to love this. So they can go into Chime Live and access analytics in real time, Or they can set a historical period and look over the analytics for that time. No longer will they have to wait for the post-event spreadsheet to come from us. In fact, they can even export a spreadsheet on their own at any time.
Leslie, can you give us a demo?
Sure. First of all, know that we can give clients their own login to access the dashboard. Here they'll be able to see the number of users and a graph of activity over time. They can change the date range, and this will update to reflect activity within that period.
Thanks, Leslie. James, how would you go about selling the live analytics dashboard?
The customers who've always liked analytics or who are looking for an ROI measurement are going to be easy to sell this to. But think about all the customers who don't know they need analytics and what it can be useful for. I've got one specific example of an event we did that had entertainment in it. It was one of several events the client was going to do, and what they had planned originally was to front load the entertainment and then have them play the event out at the end. What they found after looking at the analytics was that people didn't just show up exactly when the stream started, or they left early, and so they didn't get any of the live entertainment that was so critical to the event. So for the next several events, they spaced out that entertainment, either having them do a 15-minute set in the beginning and then interspersing it throughout the end or through the entire event, or they decided to just put it in the middle where they knew most of the attendees would be watching. It was a great opportunity and something the customer never would have known without looking at the analytics.
Hi again, Christian. Let's talk about extended access. Who does this benefit and how?
Previously, Chime Live was accessible to our customers and their participants up to 1 week prior to the event and 2 weeks post the event. Now, we can offer extended access pre and post event, and we're seeing more customers wanting to extend the reach of their events to use it as a hub where participants can return again and again for content.
Time for Mihaela to explain what's changed to make this possible.
We're constantly updating Chime. Now with the patch management, we've built a new software tool, so changes and improvements can carry through to existing customers' live sites without disrupting the user experience.
Okay, so for our customers and their participants, everything works smoothly as it should, and they don't need to do anything.
That's right. We take care of patch management behind the scenes, and this means that a time period the site is live is not impacted by software upgrades.
Christian, what types of customers are interested in extended access?
Oftentimes, customers who are involved in education or ongoing updates need extended access. For example, you might have a healthcare customer who needs to give the same training or product updates across multiple regions. Chime Live can be used as a gathering place and repository for on-demand videos.
Are there any points sellers should know?
Yes, extended access means customers have the option to keep their Chime Live platform open 30 days, 60 days, even a full year after an event. This is an ideal option for associations, as their participants can go into the platform, build their profile, get familiar with the agenda, and network through Connect before and after the event. Or your customer might also have continuing education needs and want to keep on-demand training available for an extended time period.
Well, that's a wrap for our Q3 development highlights. Thanks to our presenters and our development team for those great new capabilities. You can find out more about the 6.12 release and the full list of the 50 other updates on Encore Connect. We'll be back in early Q1 with more exciting news. Until then, happy selling.